Hello, everybody. Shegun Fatumo. Good evening. Welcome. Akintade Owoyemi. Good evening. Shegun. Okay. Shegun Fatumo is saying I have a different look tonight. Well, sometimes. Eze Aku Ugo Shuku. Good evening. Purity Life, Pastor Daniel Asenga, Victoria Amani, Christy Bassi, Anastasia McDonald, Adaora Emeleze, Nana Aku, Anne-Marie, Esther Kuganja, Miranda Guafu, Charles Smith, Ameze, Akintade Owoyemi says he liked my top. That's Ukraine. is something top about sportswear about Ukraine. Ty, Miranda, Joseph Oyewole, Ambassador Unity, Lore, Jen, Horden, Comfy Air, Alfina by Faith, Oluwatope. Well, welcome everyone. Now it's time to go on. It's cold here. We're in winter. We're in winter already in this part of the world, so it's cold. So let's go ahead and share the link to this program if you don't mind. Go look for your share button. It should be under your video. The share button should be under the video somewhere there. So please, let's go share that video. So please go look for the share button under the video. You will see your share button. Let's press it. And we'll be ready to go for today. We'll be ready to go for today. All right. Here we are. The message of today is we continue to talk about the difference between men and women. The difference between men and women. Today's difference is a major difference between man and woman is that a man doesn't know how to read another person's mind, but the woman has some God-given intuition. A woman has some God-given intuition to somehow kind of read your mind. So you men who are out there, sometimes when your wife is annoyed and angry at you, telling you that you are supposed to guess what is on her mind, that is because she has the ability sometimes to be able to look at you, look in your eyes, and read what is in your mind. Women have that ability. A woman could listen to your voice and tell you exactly what mood you have, what is happening in your life. A woman could listen to you and know exactly what's going on with you. She could just look at you and be able to read what's going on with you. Not all the time. She's not always right, and she will not always be right because she doesn't have she's not the Holy Ghost and she's not an angel, but there is a sensor in a woman. There is a sensor in a woman that allows her to kind of know more than the ordinary. There is a sensor in a woman that allows her to live not just by facts that she knows, but to go beyond facts. A woman can go beyond facts and be able to see things that she cannot prove with any fact. So she doesn't have the fact, she doesn't have the information right there, but she will be able to tell you some things about you, what's going, especially if she's close to you, especially if she's, she's open to you, you are open to her, she trusts you, and and all that. So the difference between men and women is that women have the divine ability to be able to read the mind of another person, what's going on in another person, but the men cannot do that. Men don't have the ability to read another person's mind, but the ladies have it. So often, the ladies could be expecting you to do the same thing. The ladies could be expecting you to also be able to tell her what is happening. The ladies sometimes expect you to be able to see them, look into them, and understand that they're feeling bad, that things are not okay with them, that you should come out to help them, that you should come out to understand them. That they might not, but you don't know. Men only operate by the information they have at hand. Men only operate by the knowledge they have right now, by their experience, and by facts that they have. Men don't operate out of facts, knowledge, and experience. Men only operate through facts, knowledge, and experience. Otherwise, they don't have a clue. But the woman can rely and fall back not just on her experience, not just on her emotions, but the woman can also fall back on her intuition, and the woman can fall back on her expectations to be able to derive some information from you that you have not given her, or that she doesn't have any way of finding. So, one of the greatest things you could have is to have your wife or your sister or a woman that is close to you or that you trust to be your business partner. She will be able to help you a big deal from all those business partners that want to sign the wrong contract with you or deceive you. So, to the woman, men are so clueless. We don't always know what's happening, but the ladies most of the time know what is happening. The ladies most of the time know exactly what is happening. So that is a major difference between a man and a woman. A woman has the divine ability to know what's going on. At least to a large extent, she has that discernment. A woman can guess right because of the intuition they have in them. A woman has the divine ability to fall back on her intuition to be able to guess what is going on and to be able to read your body language and know exactly what is happening. But the man doesn't have an idea, doesn't know, and doesn't have any way of reading, of reading the mind of another person or of reading the situation, what is going on. And the reason why the woman has the ability to do this is because she has her senses heightened. The senses of the woman are heightened. Let me show you a picture here that will tell you the reason, one of the keys why a woman will know or will be able to tell what is happening and what is not happening. I've shown this picture before. I want you to see it again. Should be at Israel, Kibili. Yeah. Okay, you see this picture? See how men look. See what men see. The man is only seeing the another man that is in front of him. He doesn't see anything apart from that. He's just seeing the guy that is in front of him. But apart from the man that is in front, apart from the girl that is in front of her, see how many more information she's seeing. See how many more information she's getting. See how many more things is, she has a sensor. The ladies have sensors. And they are getting so much more information. So much more information. This one is only one information. A man is standing before me, that's all. But the lady, she's looking at the ears, she's looking at the leg, she's looking at the stomach, she's looking at the tummy, she's looking at the dress, she's seeing everything at the same time. And then she's still talking. A woman has the ability to be able to see many things at the same time. And to be able to read what is happening, where the man is just, okay, nothing happening. That is how a woman is able to know what is going on. Because her senses are so heightened. Her senses are so multiplied. So she knows what's going on. So she's able to know what is happening because her mind is working all the time. Her mind is working and she's seeing so many pictures at the same time. She's seeing so many pictures at the same time. But the man, he's not seeing anything. He's just seeing the person before him. He's not seeing so much apart from that. So the creativity of the woman is enormous. And that is going back to our original picture that we have been using. Yeah, the woman has extrasensory perception. Impeccable, yes. To the lady, nothing goes unnoticeable. But most men don't even know this is what is happening with the woman. I didn't know before. We didn't know. Have a look at this. The reason why she's able to do all that, is because see the way the woman is wired. She's wired in a way that, so she's wired in a way that these are our body, our mind, our heart, our emotions, our feelings, everything is all intertwining. So she's receiving information from her eyes, from her ears. If the man is only receiving information from the ears and from the eyes, from the five senses of the physical senses, from the touch, ear, eye. But the woman, she's receiving information at the same time from the body, from the eyes, ears, everything, and then from the senses as well. From the emotions, from the feelings, from the intuition, from the heart, from the mind, all information. So all that is providing that information about what is going on. So the man is separated. Either he's thinking about something, or he's feeling something, or he's having something going on in his mind. Everything is separated from the man. For the woman, she could have information. All these are working at the same time. And the result of that is what you saw here. Because all the senses are working at the same time. Because all is working at the same time, because all of that is rolled together, see how it's working. Because it's not just our eyes that are working. For the man, only his eyes are working. For the man, only the eyes are working. You see? He's only using eyes or ear. Either ears or eyes to see. He's not using anything else. But the lady, because the eyes, the body is intertwined with the emotions, our body is intertwined with our feelings and with our mind and our heart, everything is working at the same time. All our senses are working. All our senses are working at the same time. That is how she's receiving, that's why she's receiving so much information. So much information at the same time. It's unbelievable. So that is why a man doesn't have a clue what's going on. A man cannot read the mind. And he cannot even rightly read the circumstances and the situation of what is going on. So that's that's why the men should know that we need the women more than we think. So women, I think God made this to be so that men could humble themselves a little bit. Because the problem with the men is that we know so little, but men think they know everything. We see so little, but we think we are so prideful. We are full of pride, the men. The men think they know all things. They see all things. But we don't. Well, we don't. Because our senses are so few in their working. But the ladies, they know much more than us because we should be dependent on them. We should be asking them for questions. We should be asking for their advice, actually. But men are so proudful that they don't even have any idea. They don't have any idea. Just like this picture that I showed you before, that is all the men say. Men, you are only seeing maybe 1/3 of the reality that is going on in the life of the woman and in the life of everybody. In our world, it's like we are having 1/3 of the eye of the woman. Because the woman is not just relying on her eyes, the woman is not just relying on her ears, the woman is relying both on her ears, on her eyes, on her body, and she's also using her senses, her emotion, her feelings to be able to understand what's going on. See how much differences she's saying. See how much differences in what she's saying and what he is saying. We are not seeing much compared to the woman. The woman is the one that is really enjoying life. She's the one that is... So thanks to that, she's able to see a lot of things that men don't see. It's like she's reading the situation better. She's able to read situation better. She's able to read the things that are happening better. She's able to read better the situation in the family, at work, with the children, everything, and with other people. And we are the ones, the men, who don't really have a clue, but we think we are so prideful and we think we know so much. We think we know what is going on. But really, we don't know what's going on compared to women. Women are the ones who are really seeing the details of life and the beauty of life and everything that is going on. They know it, and they can help us out if we rely more on them. Amazing, huh? Yes. So the woman's life is rich and but complicated as well. It's rich and complicated because they are feeling everything. So they are also vulnerable because of that. So their moods are changing all the time, and it's affecting what they see and what is happening to them. And so the lady could be having mood swing as a result of that. So there is an advantage in that, but also there are disadvantages in that because the women, because of all that is happening and going on in them, their moods are changing and they could be affected, easily wounded, and easily feel pain and all that. But the men, they don't even see anything happening; they're just enjoying their own lives, and they feel less pain and they feel less distraction, so they could easily focus. They could easily focus more on what is happening rather than on the most important things in life. They could focus on where they're going, what they are doing, on their vision, on their goals, rather than being distracted by so many other things that distract the woman. Okay, let me see. Before I go to the next difference between a man and a woman, let me see what you write about what I'm showing you first. Let me see your impression and your comments about this thing I'm telling you. Yep. Adaora says, I can read my husband like a book. Wow. Joy says, discernment spirit is on a woman. That's right. She says she can read the husband like a book. Wow, wow, wow. Bidemi is saying, so she can even tell you what's wrong. Yes, they are lovely. They are lovely. They are lovely. Gladys said, this is so deep as usual. Well, thank God. Perez Mary said, I thought that was a problem, but I guess it's not. It's, yeah. TY is saying men could be clueless sometimes, and it's so annoying. Wow. Stella Nuhu says, men can't see beyond their nose. Sarah Oluremi says, I think it's time for men to wake up. Well, I agree with you. Only men are too proud to admit that they are not seeing everything. Shigo Nwafo said, I smell fishy men and I can't tell why. Wow. And they don't know that you smell them. They think you don't have any idea what's going on. T.Y. Moore says, because women are looking at you beyond what they see. They hear you beyond what you are saying. Wow, 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 wow. That is amazing. The women read between the lines. Wow. Stella is saying a woman knows and can tell the character of all her men and all her husband friends. Wow, amazing. Yeah, Terry McIntyre says man and woman are one in Christ, so we need to support each other, and what one lacks, one is supposed to. One is not inferior to the other, right? Doris Sogbe, thank you. Well, let's go to the next differences between men and women. Let me show you the next difference between men and women is a man is, unfortunately, the understanding of man. A man's understanding of love is totally different from a woman's understanding of love. And women don't like this topic. And I think this topic is absolutely outrageous to the women. And women could get angry and get irritated and, and get angry and frustrated. But let me tell you what. The woman's understanding of love is totally different from the man's understanding of love. For the man, this is embarrassing, forgive me. This is not me. This is what happens between men and women. This is how men are built. And this is the difference between men and women we're talking about today, okay? So it doesn't matter who the man is. Either he's a pastor, he's a bishop. Now, if a man knows something better, it's because of his knowledge. It's because he has studied or he has worked on himself. But naturally, anatomically, physiologically, the way they are built, the man's understanding of love is just sex. I'm sorry, but man's understanding of love is sex. And the women are always angry. And women are always saying, why are you always wanting sex? Why do you always want sex? Why is it that, is it sex the only thing you are thinking about? What other thing you're going to think about? So look at the photograph here. These are two lovers. Yep. Yeah. These are two lovers here. The woman is thinking about heart. You see the heart? She's thinking about the heart. She's thinking about good feelings. She's thinking about the good feelings. What does that mean? Okay, let me start with the man. Do you know what this means? Of course you know what it means. It's the backside of the woman. And that symbolizes sex. That symbolizes sex. He is thinking about sex while they are at the beach. You see what he's thinking about? He's thinking about the woman, how they get to the bed, and sex. But look at what she's thinking about. Now, let me tell you, the reason why the men are always asking their wife for sex, and why men actually worldwide don't know that for the woman, love does not mean sex. So that is a shock to the man. Men don't know that. Men think that it's the same for the man and for the woman, the same thing. They think you love me, it means sex. And they think we're husband and wife, sex all the time. They don't know the woman, love for the woman is not sex. So if you're a man that is listening to me today, listen to this today. What is love making for the woman? Love for the woman means, one, companionship. Just friendship, companionship. So for the woman, just being with you like this. You see this picture here? So if a woman sits with you like this and puts her head on you and you are just sitting down like this, for her, that is love. She is good. Not all love, but an aspect of love. An aspect of love. She is feeling love like this. And she is feeling you are having a good time. But the man, the man is thinking, when are we going to get home? When are we going to get to the bed? Soon. So this to the woman, to the man, is just like a waste of time. I'm sorry. This to the man is like something he needs to do or he needs to endure before days comes when they get home. But for the woman, she could sit like this with you the whole day, a whole year, and not even think about sex, and not even go to the bed. She is just feeling nice and, cared for, and she's feeling security. So what is a woman feeling when she's like, what is a woman feeling when she's like this? What is love to her? She's feeling that she's loved. She's feeling warmth. She's feeling support. She's feeling security. She's feeling assurance. She's feeling protection. She's feeling covering. She's feeling romance. And those are the things that a woman needs to feel that she's loved. Oh, just a minute, I can't see your comments. I can't see the comments, I hope. Let me see what I could do. Apologies, apology. Let me see what I could do to see if the comments could come. I'm sure you people are writing some comments, right? Because I can't see anything you are writing. Are you writing anything? Are you writing some comments? Okay, let me try and pause it and see. Maybe it should come on now. Yeah, I think it should begin to work now. Yeah, it's working again. Thank God. Yes, we are. Okay, now I see it. Now I see now I see that yes, I started seeing it now. I didn't see what you wrote before then. So if you wrote anything before then, you've got to send it again. I didn't see anything you wrote before now. So you might need to send again what you had written before. So now, let's now examine what I'm trying to tell you here. Yep. So, to the woman, what is love to the woman? Should we excuse beloved? Okay. So, love to the woman is the heart. That is love to the woman, right? Love to the woman is the heart. Love to the woman is protection. She just needs to feel security. If she is feeling that protection, that covering, she is feeling loved. And she is feeling exactly something like what we men feel when we are able to have sex. But men don't feel that. Men don't feel that. So, there are 4 types of love for the woman. Actually, 5. The number 5 is sex, which is just the final one. But the real love for the woman is, security. Oh, you see here, security. She is feeling, she has to, you see the shoulder of the man all around her. This embrace, this arm around her is stronger for her than sex. This support, this ability to put a shoulder on you here and relax is more important than sex. So this ability to relax with you, to be able to rest on your shoulder, this gives her more satisfaction than just physical sex. Because a woman, love making for a woman is first of all protection. Love making for a woman, to give her love, means to supply her first of all with stability, security, guaranteed, for her to feel protected, for her to feel secured, for her to give her stability. So this feeling of peace, this feeling of stability, this feeling of security, a woman gets more joy, a woman gets more happiness, a woman gets more satisfaction this way than when she's in bed. Now, but for the man, it's so difficult. For the man, he doesn't understand why he has to just sit down with you and be talking about some rubbish. In his own mind, that is a waste of time. That is like, why should I sit down here and be talking all this rubbish? He's just straining himself and trying to discipline himself until he gets to where he's able to go to the bed and be able to do what he wants to do. Now, some women will be thinking that men are just animals or men are just dogs. But this is not because men are dogs. This is because men are different. The reason is because men don't have the first expression of love that women have. The first level of love making that women have, men don't have it. And what is that first level of love making that women have? That is security. Man doesn't have that need. He is secured all by himself. So he is not needing that. Secondly, the man doesn't have the need for the second expression of love that women need. That is companionship. Just to sit down with you and just companionship and just no. He doesn't have that kind of need. At least not from a woman. If he needs companionship, he will go and find his friends. He doesn't express love that way. He doesn't experience love that way. But woman experiences love. So to you, to the woman, all that is love. All that security feeling, stability feeling, all that is an expression of love. That companionship, that being there for you all the time, that is an expression of love. But for the man, there is no love that way. There is no love through security. There is no love through companionship. Then the third form of love that the woman needs is love through romance, romantic love. The romantic love too, man doesn't have anything for, doesn't see need. He doesn't know what is romance or what is romantic love. So romantic love, which is just doing something that is going to be a pleasant surprise for the lady, something that is just making her to feel special and to feel, something that is just making her to be different from all others, something that is just bringing her peace and all that. That a man doesn't have a need for that. So all those things that we are talking about now, those are the different ways a woman feels love. But a man only feels love one way. And the only way a woman feels love, a man feels love, is through sex. So you want to blame him for that? Well, if you want to blame him, you can. So when you say he's troublesome and he's always asking for sex, there is a reason for that. You, as a woman, you can experience love different ways. You can experience love in 4 or 5 different ways. But man cannot experience love any other way apart from sex. So we are fixed. So that is why the man is always asking for sex. And then another problem with the man is that he's carrying seeds. And because he's carrying seeds, his seed bank or sperm bank could be full. So he's filling up. He has to release it somewhere. But the woman, she is not filling, nothing is filling up. She is receiving. She is only waiting to receive. So a lot of this difference is not a bad difference. Some people might say, oh, women are just horrible. No, because if men should be experiencing love like that every time, they will be having children every 5 minutes. So that's why God is not allowing them to experience all this other something. So their own, God just made us to be different anyway. And Caroline is writing something. The thing that leads men to say she is cold or playing hard to get, and women to say he is selfish or he only thinks about one thing, is this simple misunderstanding of each other's nature, idealistic picture of love. Yes. We don't understand that we are totally different. We are totally different. And it is important for us to understand that. It is important for us to understand that. For example, let me show you another picture. Not good picture, not a good picture, but a picture that will help you to understand the nature of man and woman. Not good picture. Okay, man and woman are sitting down. A woman is thinking about romantic. A woman is thinking about wedding, how everything is nice, beautiful dress, beautiful groom, how everything is nice. But look what he's thinking. I'm sorry for that, but that is oral sex right there. She is there, he is drinking something, watching TV, and look what she's doing. I'm sorry for that. That is a bad picture there, but I'm sorry. That's just the idea. The idea is sex and television. And she is thinking pure things in her mind. She is thinking all the holy stuff and the good stuff here. And look what he's thinking. He's thinking of all the horrible stuff. All the bad stuff. This is not my picture. I just found, but it tells the story. It tells the story. It tells the story. Wow. So that talks about the difference between men and women. Between men and women. And let me show the men another picture. Let me show you another picture. Why is it? So as a result, now let me say this. Before I show this other picture, men, you will discover that a major difference between men and women is that, and women too know this, a man is always asking for sex, and it's like the woman is always running away from sex. But you are my wife. So what is the reason? Why is a man always asking for sex, And a woman is always reluctant about sex. Why? There's a reason for it. Because the woman wants you to, first of all, show her the 4 stages of sex that I discussed earlier. Be fatherly to her, give her protection, give her security, give her stability, give her romance. When you give her all that, then she's ready for sex as the ice on the cake. As the ice on the cake. The icing on the cake. If you don't give her all that, all those 4 or 5 things, you will not get the icing on the you don't get the icing on that cake. So why is she running away? Why is she trying to avoid sex? Why is she trying to discourage sex? Because she's trying to tell you, every time your wife tries to say, I have headache, I don't have mood, I can't, I'm not ready, is trying to tell you, man, that you have not been caring enough, that you have not been gentle enough, that you have not been you have not been diligent enough. You have not given her security enough. You have not given her stability enough. You have not given her enough romance. You have not paid attention to her enough. You have not shown her uniqueness enough. You need to do more. More of kindness. More of kind gesture. More of attention. More of, making her feel special. If you don't give her all that, and she allows you to make love to her, it's like she's allowing you to rape her. That is like rape. That is like forcing her against her will. And it's not because of how. This is not her own thought. These are not her own mind. These are not her own thought. This is the way she's built. If you make her to agree to sex, and even if she agrees to sex without her getting all the attention, all the security, all the romance that she needs, her body herself is revolting against it. Her nature herself is fighting against it. She's automatically sad. She's depressed. She's annoyed. She's angered. She's angry. She's totally shattered and broken. If even she allows you to do it without her body being prepared for it. Her body needs to be ready. Her body needs to be, it's like being massaged. Her body needs to be softened. Her system needs to be massaged. Let me tell you how that works out. Look at this. This is sex for the man and the woman. This is the man. Sex for him is yes or no. Yes or no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Two. On and off. For men, it's just one button. On and off. On and off. On, off. Off, on. On, off. On, off. He doesn't need anything. No preparation, nothing. But look for the woman. For the woman to agree for sex, just the idea of sex, that let's do sex, she's having to think about so many things, so many thoughts in her mind, so many things she needs to consider. Am I having menstruation now? Am I getting ready for menstruation? Can I be pregnant? Is it going to be painful? Am I ready? Was he kind? Did he do anything good to me today? Was he romantic to me? Did he touch me? Am I relaxed? Can I trust him? Did he treat the children well? Am I ready for another child? All kind of questions are coming up in her mind. All kind of things that she needs to settle within her. She cannot just say, yes, I'm ready immediately. So she needs to be cooled down. All these voices needs to be silenced. All these voices needs to be silenced. All these fears need to be allayed. You must help her to allay all this fear before she can do sex. And what does that mean, to allay the sex? To allay the fears. You only allay the fears by providing her security, stability, romance, And by making her to feel secured, to feel fatherly protection, to feel accepted, to feel romantically involved, that is how you massage her into silencing all these fears and all these worries and all these voices. So when you care for her, when you are romantic with her, when you are protective of her, when you give her balance, security, stability, when you are nice to her all day, when you call her in the morning, when you find out how she's doing, when you are kind to her, when you tell her how special she is, when you show her she's unique, she is special, when you show her her uniqueness, when you show her how good she is, how nice she is, only after all that, all these things begin to cool down, and then she's able to be ready. So woman is not mechanical. Sex to the woman is not mechanical. And sex to the woman is not physical. Sex to the woman is first of all emotional. Sex to the woman is emotional, spiritual, but not just physical. But for the man, it's just physical. And that is one thing that we must all know. We must all know. That is a big difference between sex for the man and for the woman. The woman needs to be prepared. The woman needs to consider so many things. She needs to consider all different kind of things before she's ready for sex. She's not just ready for sex any minute, any time. And it's not because it's your own wife that is capricious. It's not because your own wife is bad or your other women are better. No, all women are like that. And that's why it is wrong to say that women are promiscuous. And that's why it is wrong to say that women are, that they are, even when they are prostitutes, they are still not, it's not their nature to be promiscuous. It is just situation of life that force them into those kind of things. And we should rather pity them, and we should rather go and give them understanding and protection and protect them from those things rather than laughing at them and putting them down and saying that, they are promiscuous. No, it's not in their nature. It's against their nature. It's just circumstances that make them to become like that if they have to. Now, Omonike says, this teaching makes me to know that is why men always seek for sex anytime, every time. I used to think that if a man asks for sex every time, what it means is that the man doesn't love you, but wants to use you. No, just his nature. His bank is filling up. It needs to empty, and that's the only way for him to experience love. Pastor Sunday Adelaja, I want you to know that is why most good girls don't go out with men, because they believe the men would definitely ask for sex. Yes, which is true. They would definitely ask for sex. That one, you can be sure of it. But that is why it must be a rule for a lady, a girl, never to have sex outside of marriage. Because that is where she is secure. That is why she is guaranteed. So you should help the man to even be protected. You should help the man to let him be able to hold himself by refusing to give him sex out of marriage if he's not your husband. Darlene is saying, so men don't love. They love, but not the way you love. They love with a permission. They have to give the permission to their mind to take a decision to love. And then once they take the decision in their mind to love, then they give that permission to their feelings, and they give the permission to their heart. So it's not automatic like for the woman. It is stage by stage. He has to give himself. It could be automatic. It could be one day. It could be one same minute. But he has to give that permission to his mind for him to take the decision that this woman is special. In the mind of a man, he has to have the reasons why he has to love this woman. But to sleep with her, he doesn't have to have any reason. He just needs to sleep with her because of what he sees, or because he's aroused, or because his tank is full. But to marry a woman, or to allow himself to marry a woman, he must now take a conscious decision. That is why I have said it before in this teaching, that a man could have sex with a woman outside and not love. But the one that when is a man deciding to marry, he decides to marry the woman he loves. That is a decision. To the man, love is a decision. It's more of a decision than feeling. Even though he can feel it also, but he has to give himself the permission to feel it. But he has to take the decision before he feels. Not like the woman that he feels at the same time, even without decision, she's feeling. So when a man is going back to his wife and he wants to live with his family, that means that is the person he loves. That is the decision. But even though he might mess up or which is wrong, he might sleep around, which is a sin, but that doesn't mean that he loves the person he's sleeping with. Unfortunately, women think that if a man has paid attention to another woman or slept with another woman, it means he's in love with that other woman. No, not necessarily. For the man, it's not automatic. Sex doesn't always mean love that way. Love for him is a decision. So the person he is living with is the one he loves. The person he is married to is the one he loves. So that's the way it works for the man. Now, Apostle Tim says, it bothers me when my wife is on bed with me and began to tell me how she is tired, having gone to work since morning, and I was demanding for sex. I now understand her, that I have to identify with her, showing her that I am caring, understanding, protective, and romantic. That's for this broad explanation. Yes. In fact, for you to be able to to make her to be ready in the evening, you actually need to begin that care and that romanticism and that protection and understanding and care. You need to begin to show it from the morning. You need to begin to show it to her from, like, for example, if she's working, call her at work. Find out how she's doing. Tell her how much you love her. Show her that during the day, 3 times during the day. 3 to 5 times you need to show her attention, how nice you are to her, how deeply you care about her, how special she is to you. Then she will be ready in the evening. She needs that energy. She needs all those voices that I showed you to be silenced before she could be ready for sex. Karen Njume, thank you, sir. You are a blessing. If both parties understand this, they will experience a age-free marriage. Edwin and Mimi, Pastor, you are solving some big problems here. You say, so true. Understanding makes the difference. Thank you, sir. Doris says, that's so true about men. It's always sex, sex, sex. Because that's the only way they experience love. That's their only expression of love. Timothy says, women are pleasure-driven, pleasure in nature, while men are sexually driven. Yeah. Adaora said, wow, Pastor, you are so right. This is mind-blowing. Karen Njume said, you have said it all. Doris, so true, Pastor. Neki Okoro, no romance, no icing on the cake. Claudine Okubadejo. For example, when your husband hasn't spoken to you all day, then at night, you come from nowhere, he comes from nowhere and wants something. Not possible. Of course, it's not possible. Because he doesn't know the nature of men. Of women, sorry. Oduayo, you are on point, my pastor. Thank you. That kind of attitude makes us resentful, Ugo is saying, as a woman. Sandra says, that's so true, sir. That is how we are wired. Neki, we love attention and the likes. That's so right, Pastor. TY, wow, Dr. Adelaja, you are amazing. It's so good to be understood. So frustrating when we are not. Yep. Apostle Timothy says, so we need to pour oil ahead by providing security, comfort, attention, fondness, so that we could have a smooth ride. No oil ahead, no smooth ride. Elizabeth, I know, amazing, just amazing. Claudine, I found that men think it's a hole. I can just enter. Sorry, mind my words. Yeah, unfortunately, that's how some men look at it. It's very sad. They don't know that that's a human being. Godwin Daniel says, Pastor, I really think God called you for Nigerians. Well, I've been prepared here for 30 years, so I'm coming. Claudine says, men forget that we have all these feelings inside that needs to be satisfied before sex. That's true. Larry, most men don't even have a clue of all this happening to it in the woman. Yeah, it's a pity. Glory says, yes, all the buttons must be checked before. Karen, of course, that is us, beautifully and wonderfully made. We are too sensitive. Elizabeth says, yes, too much protocol to observe. TY, in fact, when you give a woman tenderness, security, safety, trust, all this is the woman's self that will begin to come to you. That's so true. Ola Martin, then when they are done and we expect them to cuddle us and love us, then they have the audacity to fall asleep. That's another thing. After love making, you shouldn't fall asleep as a man. You should be there for her and cuddle her and love on her and give her that security, that tenderness. Edwin is saying, now this is too much. The process is too difficult. The conditions are too much. God help us, oh man. Just need to be nice. You just need to be nice, that's all. Caroline is saying, this requires women to know what she requires and uphold for her standards and demand her value to be recognized. If a man is so easily satisfied, so we cannot leave it to them alone. It's not just their fault. Yep. Precious says, for men, it is just physical pleasure. For us, it is precious. Yes. That's so true. Fola Shadeki Keloma, wonderful man of God. Huge respect for your wisdom. Thank you. TY. That's exactly how we feel, Dr. Adelaja. We feel all men want only sex, and it makes us weary of men. Well, you understand now. Edwin says, Pastor, I'm so sorry. We African men have turned women to sex machines. Wow. And baby factories. Not just African men, all men. God have mercy on us. Yeah, that's why we need understanding. Claudine says, Dr. Adilaja, I like you so much, Pastor. Thank you. Gladys, knowledge, love is a decision for the mind. Wow. Pastor Sunday is wisdom bank. Elizabeth, thank God I'm not yet married. Shiova, pastor's books, Who Am I? And Only God Can Save Nigeria, now available in Nigeria. To order your copies, WhatsApp Shioma. Phyllis says, Edwin Amini, okay, writing to Edwin. Karen, when a man has not experienced sex before marriage and when they do get married, they turn to They tend to experience all that, thereby hurting the woman without knowing. That's the only thing they want. Yeah, that is so bad. Because he needs to be informed, he needs to be educated. Claudine, surprise your wives, pick your kids from school, make dinner, run a bath for her, candles, the lot, then see what happens. Elizabeth, Pastor, before I give any man my number, I will make sure he writes an article from all your messages. Yes, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Joseph Oyewole, when a man would understand and can respect the feelings of woman, a man will earn a lot of respect from a woman as well. Yep. Comfy, woman is so special. Ladies, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God bless you, Pastor, for teaching us this. Nkiru Ojimadu, this message is making me understand how good my husband is. Wow. Justine Shungu, I didn't know, sir, until now these days. Joseph Oyewole, great stuff, profound understanding. Thank you. And Enito Domi Siwaju Atele Tutu. I think that's Yoruba there. Darlene is saying, Pastor Nkiru, I'm jealous of. Darlene Provost is writing in French. I don't understand. Phyllis is saying, God created men and women to be together. And in my early 60s, sex is different now. Sex is not just for fun. It has a lot of medical benefits. The Bible says for a wife to give herself to her husband, women need to be touched, her hands, rub her back. Then at night, she will be more willing. She will not feel you are taking her for granted. Oh, and in bed, rub her feet together. It is very relaxing. Too bad my husband does not do these things. Benjamin Okwan, does that mean you will not be coming back to Ukraine? Of course I'll be coming back to Ukraine. I'll be coming to Ukraine to visit, but I'll be living in Africa. Perez Mary says, go through the first 4 steps before you head to bed to sleep. Noel Okushuku, no, pastors. Pastor Sunday, I'm sure you are not from this planet. I am. I just have worked on myself, that's all. If you have not shared the link, let's go ahead and share the link to this video. Go ahead and look for the link under this video. Go and look for the share button. Let's go and share the button so that people might be able to get this understanding. Olukayo, the sleeping after sex may be uncontrollable for men most times. Sorry for that. It is part of the wiring. No, well, understanding could correct that wiring. If you have that understanding, you could try to control yourself. Claudine, I met my husband age 21 and I still remember the first time. The whole thing, he cannot even remember. Bad. Caroline, I think we just need to understand our different side, meet and go beyond. Yep. Phyllis Bender. Pastor Sunday, thank you for acknowledging me. May the Holy Spirit keep giving you wisdom. Thank you. Omonike, thanks for this teaching. Most African men don't know how to do this. Well, they should learn. Noel saying, wait, that means that there is still plenty to enjoy after the football match. Pastor, marriage. Not just football match, in the marriage, in the family. Tokumbo Adenuga, I've been doing it wrongly before, but thank God I know better. Thanks, Pastor. Olayinka Ibrahim, thank you, sir. This is another advanced course in building happy home. Pearl say, Pastor, I'm proud of your Yoruba skills. Thank you. Gladys, Nwosu, thank you, sir, for your wisdom and knowledge. My 16-year-old son love your book. He is busy now with money won't make you rich. He says always to me, money is a good slave but a bad master. Good. Karen Ujume, when men are not open to knowledge, they are asking for World War III, which will never end. That's true. Noel, if this is how marriage was thought to be, then why should I be afraid of problems or say to it that our challenges are mine to solve? Benjamin Okwan, oh, Pastor, I never had the opportunity to meet you. So sad. Well, it's still possible. Elizabeth Ali, yes, Pastor, is from another planet. Reda Mediciche, thank you for this enlightening lecture. We should have this in schools. Yep. Falasha, they say, I agree with him. Adenike Ogunyemi, it's good to hear this, even after 15 years of marriage. Sharing the message with my husband. Thank you, sir. Phyllis Bender, Pastor Sunday has a great sense of humor. Well, you have to. Okay, guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. It was nice to be with you today. Let me see if I told you everything I wanted to tell you. Shinyemba Kamishi said, I'm so impressed. Wow, that's good. Okay. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you today? So you already know what I wanted. The things we went through today is that men don't read minds, but women somehow have the ability to read the mind or the situation. They read better the situations and even the mind of their loved ones. Next one is men pursue sex and women withhold sex. And another thing we spoke about is that what love means to the man and what love means to the woman. And that to the man, love is physical, sex is physical, while to the woman, sex is primarily emotional. So I think we got it. Tomorrow morning, I will continue to share with you some other things that okay, Tokumbo Adenuga is saying, how can I get your book, Money Won't Make You Rich, in Abuja? If you look into the comments here, you will see Shioma. Shioma she gave a telephone and a WhatsApp telephone number. Just call her or write her, and she will be able to get you the books and any other of my material that you need. And then they are also on the electronic form on okadabooks.com or on Amazon as well. So tomorrow morning we'll continue with you. Thank you so much for your time. Make sure you share the link, share the video. Just press your share button, and that will help a lot of people. Especially if you write some comments, go ahead and write some comments for the people who are not here so that they will know what to expect. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Bye.